guys, welcome back to the 10th episode of the Skinsider. Of course, we are back today with our Skinsider Smoky Mezcal Margarita.
Yeah.
Cheers. Buzzword, summer.
Yes.
And today we're just going to...
I know, we said, yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
we're going to recap.
It's our last episode of season 1. So we're just going to...
Recap. You're going to get some bloopers that are going to be thrown in there. We're just casually going to have conversations.
Because we're already back. We're coming back for season 2, so they can't...
So we made it.
They can't cancel us now, so we can do whatever we want.
We're here.
Episodes. We're like, we don't have to write anything. Like, we're just going to wing it.
We will wing it. Mm-hmm. So we want to recap and just kind of... I'll ask Jacqueline first. What was her... highlight of season 1 so far with this podcast that we started?
Like my highlight or my favorite episode?
I'm gonna go highlight first.
Oh, highlight. Well, I like this margarita that we if I'm being totally honest, the margarita really
you look forward to your cocktail every Wednesday at 3?
I do. Now I just know it's coming and I'm like, this is nice. This is a nice end. But I don't know. My highlight, I just think it's been fun. It's been a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. I think I was went into it really nervous.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, this is enjoyable. This has actually been fun. But I think we also just don't put a lot of pressure on ourselves.
Pressure or planning. If you guys haven't been able to tell. But we just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is us. We are what you hear and see.
Yeah. The good, the bad.
Sometimes the ugly.
Yeah. Sometimes the hair days.
Like today, I got no makeup on.
It's Wednesday. Okay, got it.
We didn't wash our hair, maybe.
Nah.
But yeah, no.
All the time. What's your highlight?
My highlight would be putting myself out there on camera and conquering, maybe my little, more of I'm reserved and shy a little bit. Once I open up and I don't know. I think it's been really good for me. I probably have gotten better as each episode has gone on, I feel, and being more confident and comfortable to talk to everybody.
Well, because I think in our industry, we're so used, we get everyone else ready, right?
Yeah.
We get everyone ready to be on camera, look their best. They're getting married. They have a huge event.
They're always worried.
And we're always behind the scenes. So I think transitioning to in front of a camera is way harder when you dedicated your whole career
to being behind closed doors
it and getting everyone else ready to be on camera.
That's true. Yeah. So that I guess would be me just flourishing into something else.
That's a good word.
Butterfly. Right. Exactly. But then, what is your favorite episode?
Well, I really did like talking about my skincare because I love that. I love skincare. I love talking about it. And I do it all day, in my consultations and stuff.
Correct.
But I think my favorite episode might be the Soft Wave episode with Charles. Because what people don't know about that episode, you've watched it or you've listened to it on Apple. And so it was a wealth of information. That guy was spitting off facts.
He must not sleep at night.
He must not sleep. He
just memorizes everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced he does. But what people don't know about that episode is we shot that in one take. There was no pausing on that episode.
I don't even think there was probably bloopers in that episode.
No, there wasn't even blooper.
We needed Charles to stop just to wet his whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, he was okay, I have to take a sip of my wet my whistle. Yeah. Because, we shot that in one take. That, I was so impressed with him because I'm
they sent someone really good.
Hard to do.
Yeah.
That is really hard to do. And they didn't even send someone good. We were oh, hey, you're our rep.
Well, yeah.
Come on.
But he's good. He's a good rep.
He was fired. Yeah, they hired someone good.
Yeah.
He was great. And then that episode we've had the most, viewership on.
Really?
Yeah, one of our reels that the production team put onto Instagram got over 3,000 views the day it pretty much went out.
I need to pay attention to how many views all these things are getting.
Yeah,
I just like it. I'm okay, I gotta like it.
I was oh my gosh, people were, I don't know if they were impressed, if they liked the information.
Or thought Charles was good looking.
Yeah, maybe they just liked her. We got a lot of feedback on that. Yeah, well, everyone, we heard you. We got your feedback. We know
Charles is coming back.
Yeah, he'll make another appearance. But yeah, maybe that's why I got 3,000 views. Here I'm oh, he's so smart, everybody.
They're we like looking at him.
3,000 views, but okay. Yeah, but he did great. I thought he was so impressive.
He was. I was very impressed by his knowledge. And he couldn't explain it any better than what he did.
No. And any question we gave him, we didn't even
prep him. He knew nothing that was going to be going on. Yeah, he knew nothing we were going to ask him.
Everything we asked him, he just went. And I was really impressed with him. So that was one of my favorite episodes to like really be a part of, because I mean, I was learning a lot, but also I was just really impressed with him. And that was like his first podcast he's ever done. Or I think he did something else.
One other one, I believe he said he was on. But back to like, you also had mentioned your other favorite episode was when you went through your skincare routine.
Mm-hmm. I love doing that.
And I know that I had made a little comment about your little like gauze 2x2s, your little like
Shiseido cotton pads.
Yeah. So I did find something for you that I wanted to surprise you with, which try them, see if you like them.
Oh my gosh, no.
Of course, I got it from my favorite store, Costco.
I was gonna say Costco.
And they're so cute. They're makeup erasers.
Oh,
and it's like
really
a little
cute.
flower.
Oh, that is cute.
So you have like a derm side. It removes like eyeliner, foundation, lipstick, mascara, blush. It literally makes you feel like you just had a microdermabrasion after you're done. So this is my little gift to you. Maybe you'll trade in your Shiseido little pads.
Jokes on you. That's not how I remove my makeup. That's how I do my toners, and now I'm just gonna use both. So those removing wipes. I found them and I was like, she's gonna love these. Well, actually, this is gonna be a lot better for the environment too.
Yes.
A laundry bag included.
Yeah, so they're actually...
so you wash them.
You can wash them just like a regular washcloth or like towel, but, you know, don't mix them with a lot of things because you still want to, like...
Yeah, kind of.
Them to work the way that they're supposed to, yeah.
Oh, and they're safe for lash extensions.
They are hard to like absorb water in them, but they work so well. Like you'll feel like your face was just polished when you're done removing your makeup with one of those.
Yeah. Oh, you're the best.
So that was my little gift for you. I couldn't like pass them up after watching your episode or being part of your episode.
My gift for you will be I will write the episodes right like a day before you go on air.
Thanks.
Usually I give them to you like 20 minutes before we go. And I'm
That's true. And I'm scrambling. That's why I'm so quiet every episode. So I'm like, guys. Where are we today?
Because literally we cut work at 2. We get here by 3. Between 2 and 3, it's usually me being like quickly like trying to put something together and then like give it to you. And it's
scrambling on Wednesdays. And then she's like, all right, I'm out of here. I'll see you when you get there. And then I leave. But also within that hour, we try to stop for our margaritas.
Yeah, then we also have to stop and pick those up.
We do get a bite to eat if we're hungry or haven't ate yet. So we'll like grab a quick taco. Yeah. And then decompress. And
and then we gotta hit the ground running. What was your favorite episode?
Gosh, I don't even remember the subjects of our episodes.
I'm just kidding. I did like the one when my son. Like,
actually, I hated the one when I was alone by myself.
What about the one when your niece came on?
My niece was cute too when she came on. Yeah. But I would say like Charles definitely was because of the informative, but Sarah was informative too. I was going to
say that too.
Sarah so I do like having a guest because the guest actually breaks it up a little bit. It's not just about us and our business. It's about services in other small businesses in town who we can support. We're huge supporters.
Season 2 has a guest.
Yes. We're huge supporters of small businesses. A lot of our friends own businesses in town locally, and we try to support them, which starting to like not send people to them anymore because I can't get an appointment. That's why my nails look like this today. My best friend can't even do my nails, but she gets everybody else in but me.
She does get me,
And here I am looking ratchet, and this girl goes every 2 weeks religiously with a standing appointment.
3 weeks standing appointment.
Here I am a month and a half, and I'm looking homeless.
Chantel's hard, though. She's hard to get in with.
She'll be on our episode. Well, she'll be on season 2. She is very hard to get in with, but I need to stop referring people to my hair people, my nail people. Like, people need to find your own people.
I know. People need to find their own people. Because I do the same thing. And then they'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't get you in. But guess who I'm seeing this week?
I'm seeing your client or your friend. Yeah. And I'm like, cool. And I'm looking like I belong on the street corner here. But hey, no big deal.
So I know I'm going to get buzzed for this, but what are your summer plans? Because we have a couple weeks off before we have to go through season 2.
Summer. Love it. Well, to be honest with you, I don't have any big plans.
You said it once, you said it twice.
Oh, I'm like, we said it once. Okay. All right, well.
I don't have any big plans. Well, that was like smoky. like, caught me off guard. So we're trying to start a remodel.
Yeah, that's beginning
after
in August.
3 years.
4 years.
We've
been saying it for probably 3 years that we were gonna.
So I'm going to stay back and really kind of focus on that with trying to get everything running smoothly with the build out, make sure everything's going well, because we will be closing for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If all goes well. I'd like it only to be a month. Or a week.
Team.
I'm sorry, not a month. But going back to Michigan, probably, or I might go to Columbia for a long weekend over the summer, maybe in July real quick. But August, end of August, Labor Day weekend, I will go back home to Michigan to see my family and be with my nieces.
And they're coming in July.
They'll be here in July, actually, yeah. So I did get to convince all of them to come in July for 4th of July, which should be pretty fun.
Yeah, it'll be great.
And that's really about it. I mean, I don't have anything. I really wanted to go to Wyoming, but I don't think I'm going to be able to make it.
What's in Wyoming?
My friend Melody is getting married.
Oh, yes. The bachelorette party.
And like the...
Is that the wedding or the bachelorette party?
No, the wedding.
Oh, okay.
What do you call those? The twin... Oh my God, I can't even think the place where...
Jackson Hole?
Well, she's going there, but it's like she's getting married in the mountains, like literally in the mountains.
Oh, cool.
Someplace she named it, but I don't know. I may go to do that. I may not go do that. It just really depends on what I have going on with this build out and what I need to be present for. So that's really about it. But I'm okay with it because I do take my time in December usually.
Yeah. And you're really good at like the design stuff. Like
that's my first degree.
I'm just gonna walk in. This is something people don't know about our like partnership. Like we have separate projects. Like there's jobs that are like my project, jobs that are her project, and even like when the staff will like ask me a question about it, I'm like, I don't know, it's not my project. Like my mom was asking me about the build out, and I'm like, I don't know, it's not my project. Like
I'm like, just call me.
I don't know the answer to that. Yeah, I don't know, but we like separate things. So
yeah, we delegate pretty well with that. But yeah, I'm just taking on this project because why not? Would I want to take on one more thing?
I know. Life is so boring. We don't do enough. Why don't we throw one more thing on there?
Hopefully, Skin Deep's going to get a really nice facelift, much deserved. And
yeah, I'm excited to see.
It'll be a really cool state-of-the-art facility. Like. Yeah. And we have some big dreams and things that we really want to incorporate down the road. And it's just baby steps, we got to crawl before we walk.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's really all I have planned for the summertime. Calm myself. But other than that, like, what do you right now?
We already finished. We already said, yeah.
What is your?
We almost said it again by that point.
What are you watching currently with the news?
Oh, the news. Well, I don't really watch the news because it gives me anxiety.
Oh, so but we have to talk about JT, Justin Timberlake, the DWI.
But Justin Timberlake with that whole thing, and then of course, like I do know what's happening, like obviously right now, like in the Middle East, like things like that, because I'm not oblivious to that, like because it's important to like know what's happening.
Well, to be up to date on something.
Yeah, and know what's happening to people, because that's one thing. Like I feel like I do like to stick my head in the sand because I feel like ignorance is bliss. But when people are suffering or like being oppressed, like I just feel like we don't deserve to ignore that, like that's happening. So I do try and like I will subject myself to those things because I'm like, over there's something. The least I can do is be cognizant of it. But I mean, other than that, yes, the whole Justin Timberlake thing, because I'm like, God, this guy cannot stay out of trouble.
Well, now they're bringing up like he has another daughter.
What? Are you? Who told you this? One of your TikTokers?
It's on the news. Okay, listen, TikTok is real.
TikTok is like...
Some things are real. Not all things are real. But I will say, if I ever go missing, you better put the TikTok people on that murder case, because they are going to figure it out real quick.
You could put me on it. I'm really good at stuff like that.
So am I.
I just don't believe in conspiracy theories. We know this. Like, I am not a conspiracy theory person. I have a couple things with, like, big pharma. But, like, other than that, I am not a conspiracy theorist.
I don't feel... Okay, I may be a little bit conspiracy theorist, but I also think that...
A lot of it. Look,
my heart...
I wish everyone could see his face.
I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my heart, and it's just... I've always had these feelings that when something is true, Mm-hmm. Like my body tells me it's so true, and I don't know how to even explain. I don't know how to explain.
You gotta try.
It's like a sixth sense that I have. It's just weird. My body, I just in my heart, and like I literally, it's almost like a message that I'm receiving that it's real. Like these things are really happening.
Remember the day you came in and told us we were like getting bombed by China, and that was like 2 years ago.
Well, you're not getting bombed by China, but China literally had balloons floating over us.
We're still okay.
I mean, they made it this far. I mean, something clearly, something was up. You don't just have Chinese balloons floating over your head in the United States.
Chinese lanterns. Chinese New Year Day.
Yeah, but those were not lanterns that people were releasing.
What about the Russian submarines right now?
Oh, it's a hot topic for me. That's a hot topic. The Russian submarines are a hot topic for me. Listen, I don't care what anyone has to say. When there's Russians 200 miles off of our coast, like, something's up, okay?
And I always wanted to go to Russia. I need them to,
And they just passed a bill for 18 to 26-year-old males to be drafted.
Oh, they're doing a draft.
Because why do you think all of a sudden we haven't had one in how long, and now all of a sudden you have one? Something's happening.
Haven't had one in so long. I don't know.
Listen, the water's boiling. It's hot this
Israel,
summer.
everybody has to go into the military, so you can't go by that. I mean, in Israel, isn't that the rule there? Like every single person has to go into the military.
You think these Gen X people are good?
Oh no! Yeah, your TikTokers, we're screwed.
We're so screwed.
We are so screwed. If you're they're the ones that are like. I don't want to work, but I want to make money. But also, like, let me play on my phone. Let me do this.
It's going to be a nightmare.
Like, I know
it's going to be a nightmare.
The up and coming, like, they just got to toughen up a little bit. Like we came from the generation. Like, not everybody got a trophy. Like. My mouth got washed out with soap if I, disrespected my mom. I talked about that the other day. All these different things.
How many times did you get soap in your mouth growing up?
I think like 2. But I slammed my bedroom door once and my mom took it off the hinges.
Love it.
Yeah, she took it off the hinges. And then I think my mouth got washed out I think twice. I remember one time distinctly.
Same.
But I'm pretty sure there was probably another time.
Same. Was your friend over when it happened?
No.
Mine was. My mom literally told my friend, she looked at my friend, she's like, Stephanie, I think it's best you leave now. And I was like, oh shit, it's going down with her. Like,
she did?
Yeah, my mom shoved that bar so tight.
No,
I never talked back to my mom after
that. My mom picked me up, she put me on the counter, and then she washed my mouth out with soap. She's gonna be so mad at this. She's gonna be like, I can't even believe you're.
But listen, we are who we are today because of
that is true.
How our moms mommed.
Yeah, that is true.
There's too many soft kids nowadays.
Well, because parents want to be friends. My mom used to always say to me, like, I don't need
I'm not
to
your
be your friend.
I'm your mother.
Like, you only have one mother. You got a lot of friends. Like, I don't need to be your mom. Like, I mean, I don't need to be your friend. I need to be your mom. And I'm like, yeah, that is very legit. Like, I don't think, and I think as time evolves and you become friends, like, with your parents in, like, a different way, but, Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, I consider my mom my best friend. Yeah, but there's
now at my age and, like, where we've come in our relationship. Yes, definitely.
But even still, if she got mad, you'd be like, oh.
Oh, yeah, I still sometimes, like, when the call comes through, I'm like, oh, God, what did I put on the credit card this time?
If my dad, sometimes when my dad's calling me, I'm like, oh, here we go.
But I don't have the credit card anymore,
late at night, you ever get text message from your mom late at night, and you're like, I want to open this?
No.
Oh. That's happened to me before. Where
it would be the calls, and it's like you almost feel it. Like you can feel it.
Your
that
sixth
call.
sense comes in.
Yes, my sense starts kicking. You guys,
she's like, it could be Russian submarines. I could be in trouble with my mom.
All I know is that I'm probably 70% prepared if anything were to happen. Okay. And I got plans. I got a lot of plans.
Are you one of those people like that has like a bunker in your house?
No, but I would love to have a bunker.
So I'm watching this new show. Actually, it's not new because I just caught up on season 1. Season 2 is on right now on Food Network. It's called Chow House.
Okay.
And
have you ever watched Hot Ones?
No. And in season 1, there's an episode where 2 of the guys get to go on like a little like Italian field trip.
Okay.
I think the first season's in Tuscany. I know the second season right now that I'm watching is in Puglia, but the first season I believe it was in Tuscany. And they go down where they would like age cheese. And there's like this family that like they're like 3rd generation like cheese makers, and it literally was like a cheese bunker. And I'm not kidding. I was watching this episode. I pressed pause. I went and got my husband, and I was like, if there's an apocalypse,
you want to be found in the cheese bunker?
I want to be.
Heck
like,
yeah.
if I would create
Take
that,
me with you.
I would have a cheese bunker. And that's it. I wouldn't really need like much else. I would just get some cheese.
It's not
and
bad.
I was like, see, I could live
and
in
that's a good cheese.
an apocalypse like that. I'll come out on the other side.
You probably actually, in a panic situation, would be the most calm person that I've probably ever encountered. You're like, we're just getting bombed by Russia right now. Everything's going to be fine.
Because I think a part of me would be like, is it really even happening? Like, I don't even know if I still
But when it does, like, when or if it does, can I be the first one you call to be like, you told me? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sure.
Just as long as I can get some recognition for
self-service, but
write me.
I mean,
snail mail me.
Carrier pigeons flying through. I'm shooting up flares.
Yes.
Like
SOS.
Yeah, I'm paying someone like $20 to write "I'm sorry" in the air because I have no other way to communicate.
But Hot Ones is a good episode to watch. I think it's on Amazon Prime. It's all different hot sauces. Every episode, and they have celebrity guests and appearance that come on, and they eat the chicken wings. Have you watched this? No.
No one has heard of this.
Okay, well, Chris will probably like it too. And they try the hot sauces on the wings, and you just see how far you can go. There's 10 sauces to try, and they have like normal conversations.
Funny,
and it's like a podcast.
Oh, that would be funny.
And Post Malone was on it recently, and like Cardi B's episode is hilarious.
That would be really funny.
But it is funny to watch it and to like and see the reactions. Like some of them get up and they're like sweating, and they have like sweat just dripping down, and they have to like drink milk or like chug a beer, like whatever it is. But it is pretty funny.
That would be very funny. See, I would watch that.
Yeah,
I would watch that. I think that would be very funny. I love it. Like some celebrities are hilarious. I love celebrity like commentary. Like, have you ever seen? I think it was the Olympics like 4 years ago, because I think it was Summer Olympics, when Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg did the commentary on the horses.
The horse like dressage.
Did. Yeah. And Snoop Dogg is like, is that horse doing the crip walk? And then they're like, why did the jockey get the gold? He did nothing. The horse did all the work. Like, I'm telling you, it's hilarious. It went viral. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna watch it later tonight.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be texting you and asking you to send me the video.
I will.
But did you ever watch back in the day? This was when I was in college. It was that Chinese game show when they're like, don't get eliminated. And they would have the Americans would be like commentating, but it would be like stupid comments and like, Johnny just slid into the mud. And Johnny like,
you had me for 1 second and then you lost me.
What was the game show with the...
I thought I did, but no.
I'm going to find it. But back to like summertime. Calm myself.
Are you going to press the buzzer or just make us...
Would you?
How are you doing over there?
Now we're going to do 2.
He can't press it. Did you? He's like, what is in this? Teen?
We need Joey in the back.
One more.
So, what are your plans for over the hot time?
The hot time. The solstice.
As I find my Chinese game show.
Well, my nephew turned 1, my sister got married, my yaya, my grandma, she turned 99, so all that already happened.
So cute.
I'm already back from all of that. But in August, I don't think we're really doing much in July, I just have like some concerts or whatever, but in August, I'm taking my son to Greece for the first time.
So jealous. I really wish you could put me in your suitcase.
Well, here's what you should not be jealous of. Let me tell you something. Taking a passport photo with a baby is the hardest thing in the world, because we went to, it took like 4 adults, okay? Because you can't be in the picture, but you have to hold them up and into the frame of like the white background. But obviously you're down below, so they see you. So they're like, what are we doing, Mom and Dad? And you're trying to hold them up and like get them laughing and like distract them. And then and they have to be looking dead on, right? Here is my question. Why, if your job is to take passport photos, do you take them so slowly with a baby? This is how it went. Every time.
And this was at the DMV?
No, this was not at the DMV. This was at...
CVS?
I will not specify.
Oh.
This was at a place that takes passport photos. Okay. Christy was there, his nanny, me, Chris, and the guy taking pictures. Chris is on the ground trying to hold up the baby, but the baby's looking at him like and smiling and laughing. Christy and I are trying to get him like laughing. He would look dead on and be like there for like 3 seconds. And the guy, no joke, was like, and then he'd be like, yeah. Oh, he wasn't looking. And I'm like, kind sir, point and shoot. Just line it up and just shoot. And he was like, okay. And then he was literally like taking 30 seconds and like it was giving us all anxiety. Like we were all like, and then he'd be like, oh, he's not looking.
You guys sound like you have way more worse time than what my sister-in-law would her.
I'm like, why?
She just went to CVS and like held her up, take the picture. I mean, my niece looks like she has wanted in the mafia.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, mine actually looks cute because he is kind of like smiling and stuff, but I'm like, it was just way too hard to do it. And it expires every 5 years when they're young.
I should check mine.
So, ours is 10.
I think I'm coming up on my 10 now.
No, I'm like 20. Actually, I think I'm like 20, 28.
Especially if I want to go places.
No, you need to go
Especially
places.
when it starts hitting the fan over here. I got to get out.
You gotta go.
Got to get out of here. I want to make sure I have an updated passport.
Yeah, where are you going to go?
Colombia.
Oh, God.
I'm out. No, I don't. I really want to go to Italy.
Take me with you.
I really would love to live in Italy. I've really thought about it a lot lately.
What's really cool about Italy is that, one, it's so big, right? But every section of Italy is so different.
Yeah.
Like the culture and just the scenery and, just like the vibe of Italy. Like every section of it is so different. So I feel like you can't just say you've been to Italy.
You got to travel Italy.
You got to travel it. Or keep going back to it. Like,
absolutely. There's so much to see and places to go. Yes. I follow somebody on Instagram. He's a comedian, but he was talking about how he just spent 2 weeks in Europe, in Italy. And he's like, somebody please explain to me how I've ate nothing but junk and all I've been eating is food every day, constantly drinking, but I've walked so much and I've lost weight.
Yeah, you gain no weight there. It's the same way with like in Greece, right?
Same.
Like, you drink all the wine.
Oh,
you eat all the
tan
food,
from the Mediterranean is the most beautiful tan.
And you come back and you've lost weight.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't walked. Like it's just a different caliber of food and drinks. We do have a completely different like
FDA regulations.
Administrations, yeah, for sure. So, I mean, that's where it comes from. But
that's another
It is amazing, like, that people who say they're allergic to gluten can go to Italy and eat pasta.
Yeah.
And have no problems. People who say they can't drink wine because it gives them really bad hangovers can go to, like, Greece and drink wine and have no problems.
They're just killing us over here. It's just a fact. I mean, once everyone realizes it, it's fine.
She learned this on TikTok, everybody. TikTok told her that, well, there's a question for you. What are you going to do if TikTok gets banned? Wasn't that on the docket? Wasn't that on the news at one point? Weren't they going to ban TikTok?
Like, ask yourself this question. Why do you think they want to ban it? Because people are, like, getting the truth out there? There's facts out there that they don't want you to know about?
I don't even think I have a TikTok.
No, but actually in China, their TikTok is all educational. It's not anything.
Well, that is also a controlled country. Their media is controlled.
Yeah, it's coming.
They don't have, like, access to.
But still, I mean, they're pretty bright. I found this.
They're very bright. Yeah.
Do you want to show you that this was quick, the show?
It is a very, like, the thing that China, like, it's a very advanced country, and the people are.
If you've not watched this, like, I don't know where you've lived.
These people running from? They're not. They're running to the world's toughest game show in town.
I've never seen this in my life.
Dairy industry workers takes on a team of in the classic battle of lactose versus lube jobs.
I have never seen this in my life.
It is a hilarious show. Just the commentary of it alone is hilarious.
I will probably skip that one, but I will watch your hot sauce show.
Okay, I'll send you the hot sauce.
Yeah,
that
one I will watch.
But this was funny back in the day.
Speaking of social media too, do you think that they should put the age restriction on social media?
Absolutely. You think about us growing up. When was your first cell phone?
When I could drive.
Same.
Because my parents
16.
told me
You don't need to call anybody. Yeah, exactly.
My mom was like, if I don't know where you are, I got a bigger problem. I know exactly where you are. But when I was driving, she didn't. So then I had to have a cell phone.
Yeah, I got a cell phone at 16, and it was a flip phone, by the way. It was a flip phone. Nokia flip phone.
I mean, and they were like, and those phones were like, I mean, you could like lay houses with those bricks. I do feel like a child is so pure up until, like, honestly, 14, 15 years old. I mean, yeah, you're being exposed to a lot because of this world and what we have going on in the world, but you also can keep your child more, like, on the safe side and not give them all of these things and access to all of this. We didn't have the access to it. Like, you got to watch what your kids have access to.
And I see one of my good friends that's struggling with her 13-year-old. She turns 13 this month. With social media, and she's already saying how she wants lip filler, and she's saying that she's ugly, and she's body shaming, and like, for me, like, why are we letting them have access to that?
They shouldn't have access to it at that age because they shouldn't even know
about lip filler at 13 years old,
or be feeling like they need it.
Yeah,
who's telling a 13-year-old
because she thinks she looks like her dad and she doesn't want to look like her dad?
Well, what does her dad look like? Do you know what the dad looks like? Do you know what does he look like? Would you want to look like him? Just be honest. Because the kid might have a point.
She's a beautiful girl. She looks like both of her parents.
Oh, well then good for her.
And, you know, like, she shouldn't, what I'm saying is she shouldn't feel this way. Like, they're starting to feel so insecure of who they are. They're not even getting a chance to develop into someone.
Right. Agreed.
And to me, that's just a hard subject. I don't have children. I do have nieces. I do have a lot of friends with kids that are 16, 17, 14, 13, 12. I mean, all different ages. And I've been around them for a very long time. And I just know when my time comes with my kid, I will not let my kid have all of the access to this world.
No.
It's a very evil world out there, and I would want to keep them sheltered as much as I can. I was sheltered for a while, and there was nothing wrong with the way I've turned out.
Same, agreed. And I have definitely heard, you know, some good advice from parents. Like, obviously, I'm not in that boat. Mm-hmm. Mine's so little, but like, I've heard, you know, one parent told me, you know, he said, I told my daughter, sure, you can have an Instagram. I think she was like 12 or 13 or something. And he said, but you're going to follow me. I'm going to follow you. And do not post anything you don't think like I would be proud of seeing. I'm like, that's a good point. But the issue with that is also that you can't control them what they're seeing. You can only kind of control what they're posting. So then I was talking to someone else, and she told me, you know, there's so many different forms of social media now. There's not just, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's Snapchat, there's YouTube, is YouTube considered social media? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's YouTube, there's a search engine. Is it a search engine?
It's the second most popular search engine.
Is Google the first?
Google.
Okay. So, like, you know, they have so many different things. So she said, I gave my daughter the option. We sat her down and we said, you can pick one. Mm-hmm. Which one do you want? You can pick one social media platform, and that's the one you can be on. But Dad and I have to have your password. We won't disrespect your privacy. We will only ever go on it if you've given us reason to, or we're starting to feel like we need to look into something and check something. Other than that, we will respect your privacy, but you can have access to one. And that was when their daughter was like 17.
There's nothing wrong with that. Listen, like that. I had to earn my keep. I had to earn the respect. I had to earn things.
We also just grew up in a different time. Like, you know,
but there's nothing wrong with carrying that onto your child now the same way that you were brought up.
But we didn't have all these, like, you hear about kids with all the issues with drugs and stuff. That wasn't as prevalent when we were young. We were like almost there, you know, like it was kind of coming, but it wasn't such an epidemic as it is now. Mm-hmm. And same with social media. Like, we weren't being bullied like that way or online or this or that like some of these kids are nowadays. And I think that's also what you need to protect your kids from. It's not even just what they might be seeing. It could also be what's being told to them. And there's predators out there. There's a lot.
So like, is your social media, is your Instagram private or public?
My Instagram is public.
Public. So here's another thing that because mine's public too, obviously for business, which because it probably shouldn't, but for a while, I didn't want to post my nieces
Right.
on my social media.
Right. Like I would never post like a picture of Christian like in the bathtub.
Right.
Even if it was.
But when I see people
Pure
post
up, I
of
would
their
never do
children
that,
with
yeah.
no clothes on, like even a girl like
No,
with
I
no
would- I
top
wouldn't
on,
do
like,
that.
oh my gosh, I can't.
I wouldn't
That
do
gives
that.
me so much anxiety. Like
would
you
not do
don't.
that.
There's so many freaks in this world.
I would not.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to me, I'm like, no, I don't see the point in that.
So that's why I just like ask, because it's hard for me sometimes. I battle with like, I love this little video that I made of my nieces.
Right.
I want to post it, but then I have like people around me, and you just never know like who's following you, who could be 10 steps behind you because they're watching every location of where you've been.
Right.
I also, inside little secret,
Oh, I know what you're gonna say, and I do this too.
about me is I know a lot of people vicariously live through other people's social media platforms and watch what they're doing and constantly like, oh, she's here. Oh, she's there. Oh, today she's whatever. When I post, it is never in the moment.
It's like weeks later.
Never in the moment. And some like, oh, you're in like Michigan. I was like, yeah, I was there last month.
I just posted that Christian was 5 months old. He's 10 months.
Yeah, like
5
I
months behind
never
on my posts.
post like in the moment. I mean, maybe a food picture.
Yeah, maybe.
But then
something
again,
like
then
that.
people would know my
And even
location
then
of where
it's
I
like
am.
home when I get home. Yeah, I never. Well, also I like living in the moment.
Yeah.
I'll post something later, but I'm the exact same way, to the point where one time someone called the office and was like, I'm just checking to see if I still have an appointment with Jacqueline tomorrow. And they were like, yes. And they're like, oh, because she's in Mexico right now. And they were like, really? She's been back for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so,
Because I don't post it in the moment. Like I post it so much later.
but I also did it in a sense because I wanted to see like how many people are really paying attention, and then I see like my comments come through, and I'm like, gosh, man, you people are nosy as shit. Like, stay in your lane. Like, I mean, let me live my life.
People are definitely nosy. But I mean, I have to admit, I can be social media nosy.
I can investigate anything on social media. I mean, you put me on the case,
You
I got
have
it.
announced if you're getting divorced. I know if you are. Whether or not you announced you broke up with your girlfriend, I know you did.
Don't be friends with us.
I know you did. Because I went down that rabbit hole. And let me tell you, if you get into a public fight, I got popcorn, I got a glass of wine.
Oh, I love the tea.
I'm scrolling down.
I love the
I'm
tea.
scrolling down.
Yeah.
When people, because I'm such a private person, like I would never put
Same.
my like life like that on blast. Like, but so I guess I am one of those people that's like super fake on social media, right? Like I just post like whatever. Not that I'm fake with it, but like yeah, like if you see like Chris and I on a date, am I going to be like, well, we argued the whole way here about where we were going to go to dinner? No.
Right. So you
I'm
put
just going to show you the dinner, right? Like you're just going to
and
see
people
that.
just think
Not that
it's
we're
all
fake
like
about it,
roses
but
and
right,
cherries.
sure. And not that we're fake about it, but it's real life. Like I have a very real, genuine, authentic life. Nothing special about it. Nothing's not special about it, right? It's just normal.
Yeah.
But you see like the highlights of it. But people who put all of their like drama out on social media, like we're watching. I'm watching.
For sure.
I'm watching for sure. I'm watching. I'm entertained. Like, but also then I start feeling bad because then I'm like, oh, I shouldn't be entertained. Like someo's really like hurting over this. But then I'm like, why would you?
But they're letting you
Why
know.
would you put? Yeah.
Is that a cry
Like,
for help?
I haven't talked to
Maybe
you
they're
since
crying
I
for
was
help.
14 in the locker room at my middle school. But okay,
They could be crying for help
I don't know.
or attention.
I don't know. But they're like, no, because then they're like, we start fighting with people on social media. That's why I don't post. Like, I don't post anything that's like political. Like, I don't post anything.
I don't hold back.
Right. Like, I don't post anything that's gonna.
Then if you want a friend, I'll tell you straight up how it is.
'cause
It's black or
I'm
white.
very, like, but also I'm a pretty moderate like person.
You are like,
Yeah.
I do value and respect how you do keep it private. You know when you can open up about it, and this is one of my favorite things, and I have to live by this too. And I've learned this from Jacqueline. We are whoever you want us to be at the moment, like in a sense, right?
Well, because for me,
Because you don't want to bring
everyone
anything or
has
talk
their
about
points.
right.
Everyone has their points. And I think people who become so polarized in this climate,
You have to be able to understand both sides and viewpoints, and you can have a normal debate about it.
Correct, and it's every single thing in moderation. And because you have a point, whether or not I agree with it, does that mean I have to insult you on it?
No. You're valid. You can have a valid
point.
Yeah.
And things ebb and flow with the change of your life too. Like, you might believe something wholeheartedly, but then, something happens in your life that changes it. And
Correct.
so 10 years later, you might feel very differently about something. And that should be fair.
Yeah.
And I just think, just be a good person. Just be a good person, care, be compassionate to other people, hold true to that. And, if you're not hurting yourself or hurting someone else, carry on.
Yeah.
Be free. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
I don't care, who you want to marry or love or vote for or, you do you. Like, as long as you are not hurting yourself or someone else. That's it. Those are my,
So
lines
I
in the
have
sand.
one question. Okay. Because I see this periodically when I'm driving down Goodlet to go to work, because they do have a Planned Parenthood right there. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts about the people that stand out there and protest outside of Planned Parenthood with the most disturbing photos on?
I don't see it, but my first initial thought would be are you hot? Do you need a water? It's 90 million degrees outside.
I just want to ask them if they have anything better to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because that's a touchy subject.
Yeah, for sure.
And I do agree that everybody has their own way of handling whatever they want to handle, or whatever the case may be. But not everybody goes there for an abortion. People go there for
100%. They need birth control. They need a doctor.
Correct, or they need to they don't have health care, and it's a little more affordable for people.
For sure.
You can't just assume
and
that everyone that's walking in there.
I actually went to an event, and there was a doctor there for Planned Parenthood, and it was really surprising, her take on a lot of things and lives she has saved and things that she's had to do in that moment for women that didn't have any health care or anything like that.
Yeah, or what if you have a young person that's scared to go to their mom?
True too. Yeah. Very true. And that's the point. Whether or not how you might feel about a certain side,
mm-hmm.
I know how I feel on certain issues, but I think you have to meet people where they are. You have to meet people halfway and see that there's always going to be something going on that we maybe don't know about. And that's why I don't double down on people. I know how I feel about things, but I'm me.
Right, and everybody has a right to have their own opinion, and I'm not going to sit here to try to convince you otherwise.
They should. I think that the world has become so polarized. It's you're either on this side or you're on this side.
I mean, that's what they wanted.
And then they...
Yeah.
And it is sad because it was never that way before.
I can get along with anybody. Just don't mess with my family.
Sure. And just be a good person. That's it. Just
I can see the good in everybody. I mean, absolutely. I'm very Switzerland when it comes to a lot of things. I like to see both sides and then come to my own conclusion. Yes. And
people do deserve to have their opinions heard no matter what it is.
Yeah.
An opinion is a right that we have. And that is a right that we have in this country that a lot of other countries don't have. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of countries where, as women, we would never be sitting here even having this podcast.
Right.
Right? We wouldn't even have a job, let alone be a business owner, let alone, have the right to vote. There's a lot of countries that can't vote, can't do this, can't do that. And I think such a benefit of our country is that freedom of speech, mm-hmm. but also the right to have an opinion. So to shut down someone else's, then you really don't believe in this country.
Right.
Because that's what it's based upon.
And you're just being closed-minded.
It's based upon that freedom of feeling how you feel. And that's why I am respectful of everyone's opinions. And I can see everything in both ways. Mm-hmm. So I stay pretty
you mind your business.
Yeah, I mind my business.
Stay in your lane.
I mind my business. I do. I mind my business and I stay in my lane.
Yeah, and that's the best thing you can do because also you're going to be more peaceful that way because you're not going to have all this other stuff that's adding into your life. That's going to disturb your peace. Yeah.
We're so busy. You and I, we travel a lot. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of social engagements. We have a podcast. We own a business. We have families. We, have families that live out of state. So we're constantly traveling. I don't have time to worry about.
But we're just here sitting watching your Instagrams.
Oh, I have time to do that.
We're just developing our own story.
I have time to figure out what's going on. Yes. I am like an FBI agent on social media. Like they honestly, they should hire me. If they ever like want to know anything, like I got you.
We actually, our next business is going to be private investigating in the Naples, Florida, because this town is super small.
Oh wait,
we know everything.
I have a couple like retirement plan, like business ideas.
Okay, shoot them.
Okay, one, I want to have a bookstore.
Does this include me or no? This is like your own. Oh,
well, I mean, do you want to?
Oh no, I'm not into books, but okay.
Are you into wine? Because it involves wine too. I want to have a store called like Wine and Words or Words and Wine, whatever you guys think sounds better. And then I want to have like books in the front and then like wine tastings in the back. And if you want a place to like escape for a while, like you can go order.
But you could also call it like a mom's club, and the moms could have like once a month meeting there.
I don't discriminate against men.
Groups, but
you mean once a month?
Like you could do like a women's group, like whatever. Yeah, you could have different. That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
Charcuterie boards would be great to add to your little.
Yeah, have it in the back. Like I think that'd be fun.
You could premiere like a chop meal once a month. Yeah, do like a sit down dinner. Private like course dinner in there.
You're really about like this was my retirement plan, like little work. Like I just open the door, shut the door, and lock it and go home.
Well, in Naples, your rent's going to be high. So you might need to relocate it to it more. Because I don't know how much revenue you're going to make off of books and wine, but you know, now you have Amazon, you have Kindles.
Yeah.
You have like...
No, I like an actual hardcover book.
I know, but that generation slowly is just not going to do the books anymore. You know? Yeah, they're on TikTok.
They're reading their books on TikTok.
Yeah, and they're this.
Yeah.
So, but what should we tell everyone to look forward to for season 2? What exciting, fun things? We're not planned.
Yes. They actually are. This is actually, we are more prepared for season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
Than we
season
ever were
1 was a crash course.
Yeah. But season 1, no, we have plans. Our very first episode back, we have a guest. We're going to be talking about, this will just be my little teaser before we close out. We're going to be talking about the rise in the industry of Invisalign. Invisalign is becoming the new beauty trend. Everyone is using Invisalign.
Yeah.
People even young kids, even adults, even people past braces, they've had braces, people are doing in place of braces. So I want to get down to why and give people that information. So we have Dr. Joanna Moorfield. She is a local dentist, and she's going to be coming on for episode 1. So if you guys have questions about that, you have a couple weeks to get it in. We are taking a couple week hiatus, our summer break. Yeah.
Cheers to summer.
And cheers to season 1. We did it.
Yeah.
And we hope that over the summer, you remember to
love your skin.